The Buffaloes and the Rams enter this afternoon's game separated by percentage points for top spot in the Lone Star Conference race and the fight for the #1 seed in the LSE postseason tournament. The Buffs road guard Larry Wise' 23-point performance to defeat UT Permian Basin 70-66 Thursday night. Having lost to Angelo State earlier this year, WT will be looking to even the score today. Angelo State has been atop the Lone Star Conference standings since conference play began 2 months ago. But Thursday night saw the Rams lose at Lubbock Christian 67-66 despite Fredolin De La Cruz double-double, his 4th such performance of the season. That game broke a 9-game win streak and sets up today's battle for top spot in the Lone Star Conference standings. Lucas Kinsey, meaningful games in February on your home floor. Winner will be #1 seed with still 3 weeks to go, mind you, but it certainly sets you up for the home stretch.
It really does, Kent. This is a treat for us to be here calling these games. Angelo State WT intense already today. The women's game was back and forth at the beginning of the game, and then the Lady Buffs went on cruise control. This one for WT and Angelo State on the men's side, there's a lot going on here with these two teams. You play earlier a few weeks ago in January, and Angelo State comes up with a close win where they shot the ball really well against WT. Other thing to look at today is the ties with Angelo State's head coach Vinay Patel. He's coming back home, so to speak, as he spent some time obviously here underneath head coach Rick Cooper, and then was the interim coach for West Texas A&M. So welcome back, Coach Patel. As we've already welcomed Bob Schneider, the Hall of Fame coach, in between games. But this one, Kent, for West Texas A&M, the Buffaloes at home just shoot the ball so well. Thursday night in the win over UT Permian Basin, they made 11 threes in the first half, and that propelled them to a close win over UT Permian Basin. What do you feel like are the keys, though, for WT today against a tough Rams team?
Well, you're going to have to rebound because the Rams have always been a rebounding team, even under previous head coach Cinco Boone.
Right.
Vinay Patel preaches the rebounding. Don't allow the second chance points for Angelo State offensively. And again, it's going to be Angelo State will run with you if you want to. They're averaging 75 points a game. The Buffs averaging 83 themselves. But protect the basketball. Take good shots. Let's meet the starting lineup for this afternoon's game. First, our visitors from San Angelo, the Angelo State Rams. In their first year under head coach Vinay Patel, they are 18-4 overall, 14-2 in Lone Star Conference play. They'll start at one guard, Kevon Godwin, a 6'2 junior from Blunsville, Florida. Godwin averages 17.7 points, 3.2 rebounds. The second guard, Willie Guy, a 5'11 junior from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, transfers from North Dakota State. He averages 8.5 points, 3 rebounds a game. The third guard, Reggie Quezada, 6'3 junior from Harlem, New York. Quezada averages 12 points, 4.3 rebounds. The fourth guard, Steve Webb, 6'2 graduate student from St. Louis, Missouri, and a transfer from the University of Missouri, St. Louis, averages 5.2 points, 3.7 rebounds. And the forward, Fredolin De La Cruz, 6'7 senior from the Dominican Republic, 11.5 points, 7 rebounds. He had a 15-point, 11-rebound performance Thursday night at Lubbock Christian and 4 double-doubles this season. For the Buffaloes, 15-6 overall, 13-2 in Lone Star Conference play in their 9th season under head coach Tom Brown. The 5-guard lineup at the point, Julius Brown, a 5'10 senior from Westerville, Ohio. Brown averages 16.3 points, 2.8 rebounds. Second guard, Damian Thornton, a transfer from Southwestern Oklahoma State, 6'5 senior from Edmond, Oklahoma, averaging 14.9 points, 4.5 rebounds. The third guard, Cameron Bell, a 5'11 sophomore from Edmond, Oklahoma. Bell averages 1.7 points, 1.2 rebounds. At guard, Addison Wallace, a 6'3 sophomore from Cleburne, Texas. Addison averages 7 points, 4.1 rebounds. Rounding out the starting five, Larry Wise, 6'4" sophomore from Waxahachie, Texas, 15.1 points, 3.7 rebounds. He had 23 points, 8 rebounds Thursday night against UT Permian Basin. Our officiating crew tonight, Anthony Thomas is the referee, Johnny Wilkins and Chris Gormley are the umpires. We've got the people in the building. We got the lights out for our introductions. Lucas Kinsey, we're ready to go.
We are, Kent, and I'm interested to see for the Buffaloes if they can continue the hot play. You know, the other night it was Larry Wise that really got things going early on for WT, and then in the end it was the finish from Damian Thornton. He made that huge 2-point basket.
Step back two.
A step back two. They were up by 2 with 40 seconds left, needed a bucket. He extended the lead to 4, and that's how the Buffs finished it off 70-66, getting that win. Addison Wallace, you show him there, Kent, he has been solid this season as well for WT. He's improved his offensive game. He's always been a good defender, but he was making threes the other night as well. He had a double-digit scoring outing, and WT's going to need him tonight.
When these two teams met back on January 5th, Willie Guy and Kevon Godwin each had 19 points. Devon Thomas came off the bench to get 11 rebounds. Angelo State on the floor in a UCLA-esque type uniform with the royal blue with the gold numerals, and Angelo across the front outlined in white. The Buffs, of course, in their home white Under Armours with the maroon across the shoulder. West Texas in the numeral on the chest. We've got Damian Thornton jumping center going up against De La Cruz, and the Rams get first possession. WT will go from our left to our right here in the first half. Baseline right side, De La Cruz on the turnaround, no good. Julius Brown comes in, knocks the rebound out of bounds. The Rams will inbound with 20 on the shot clock, just to the left of their bucket. It's going to be Guy looking to get it inbounds. Kick it outside to Quezada. Right wing, here's Guy. Godwin. Motion offense for the Rams with 8 on the shot clock. Godwin outside. Motions everyone to clear. Drives on Bell. Kicks it up top. 3 missed by De La Cruz.
Good defensive start for WT. They forced a desperation 3 by ASU, and it's no good.
Wise to Bell. Up top to Brown. Left wing. Here's Brown from 17. No good.
So they've gone with a different strategy for this game. We are going to shoot 2s in the early going, Kent.
Scoreless, 1 minute into it. First and second place in the overall Lone Star Conference standings. Going at it this afternoon. Here's a drive by Godwin. Pull up. Rattles it home.
He's their guy. I mean, just under 18 points a game and a really good shooter at 46% from the field.
Wallace, right wing to Wise. To Thornton. Angelo State denying anything in the paint right now. Here's Brown, step back from 12, right wing to Thornton. It's a 3, and he knocks it down.
Yeah, that's a good look there for Damian. He can score in so many different ways, and we noticed this the other night too. Always looks like he's having fun, enjoying himself on the floor.
And we noticed that Addison Wallace gets to guard the Rams' big man, De La Cruz. Might have had a walk there. They call no call at all.
It's still going back to WT, but what goes up must come down, but the ball can't come down in your hands. That time, that's what happened. So WT's going to get possession back, up by a point.
Wallace at 6'3", guarding the 6'7" senior.
It's one of the best crowds we've had all year here at the First United Bank Center.
Had just under 1,200 for our first game. And there's a touch foul going to be called on De La Cruz, I believe. And it is. Fredelin's first, team's first. Zach Toussaint into the lineup for the Buffs to inbound. Gets it into Wallace, who hands it to Juju. couple minutes into the game, Buffs with the early 3-2 lead as Wallace kicked the ball out of bounds. Tom Brown pleading that the ball was knocked out of Addison's hands, but Addison doesn't seem to be saying the same tale.
I just have a feeling, Kent, when Tom Brown retires one day, I think he's going to be an official, right?
Turnabout is fair play, huh? Life on the other side. Quezada up top to Guy. Wanted to shoot, but Toussaint was there to deny. Steps inside, and that one rims out. Thornton with a strong rebound.
Oh.
Juju prevents the turnover. Baseline feeds Toussaint outside to Wise. Brown in the corner, drives in, off the glass, a little short.
Pretty good defense there by Angelo State.
Quezada to Godwin, near side to Guy. Guy in the paint from 14 knocks it down.
Yeah, his last time the ball popped in and out. This time it goes right through the net, and good job of using the strength to get inside the paint and hit the jump shot.
The Rams retake the lead. Thornton tries to spin in the paint, loses the ball. Cruz open, misfires
that
from three.
That is a high arcing shot.
It is. Starts at 6'7" and goes up from there. Brown thought about it. He'll take the three and knock it down.
Not quite as high arcing, but that one goes in for Juju.
All right, Lucas, 2 of 2 from 3 to start.
Keep them coming, Kent. Again, they made 11 in the first half the other night. Then they cooled off in the second half from the perimeter. Started taking the ball inside.
Quezada goes right, cuts back left, and drags the foot. Good defense there by Larry Wise, forcing the turnover, and that'll take us to our first timeout. 15:53 to play in the first. Buffs lead it 6-4. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Angelo State bench coming out of this media timeout. 6-4 lead for the Buffaloes, who are shooting 50% from the field. 2 of 4 is WT, and no surprise, both those field goals from downtown.
Feels good to see those go in, doesn't it?
It really does. And, you know, eventually then the defense has to come out and guard you, and that's when Juju and Damian, Larry can put it on the floor, try to get inside. Jesse Aweezy in the game here, Kent, providing some size for WT off the bench.
Here's Brown outside, cross court to Wise. He's guarded tightly over there by Devon Thomas. Brown step back from 10, got it down.
This is a good battle here between the fours. Juju wears number 4 and KK Godwin.
Here's Guy, pulls up from 15, no. Aweezy bats the ball to Thornton. Damian brings it up court. He'll take it to the rack. We've seen this before. Got a little too far under there when he put his shot up. Down at the other end, here's Steve Webb inside. Pass to De La Cruz for the lay-in.
You know, he knew where his teammate was the entire time. Whipped that pass behind his head.
That was a sweet assist from Steve Webb.
Yep, good chemistry from the Rams offensively.
Buffs by 2. Wise, top of the key, left side to Thornton.
Look how tight they're guarding Toussaint.
That seems to be a common thread here of late. Zach held scoreless Thursday night by UT Permian Basin. Shot clock at 3. Wise can't get it to go. Aweezy with the rebound. Putback won't go. Coming in is Larry Wise, and they're going to call Larry going over the back. And you rarely see Larry question a play. He thought he had the basketball.
I'm wondering how Jesse's first layup didn't go in. That was a grown man rebound, but then he just couldn't convert. Larry, it looked like he just took the ball.
Stepped in and took the ball. Yes, sir.
But instead, he's charged with a foul, and Angelo State gets it back.
No Christmas cards from Larry Wise for Chris Gormley this year. I might not include him on mine either. Buffs by 2, 8-6, 14-15 to play in the first. Nice feed inside, but
that's excellent help defense by Damian Thornton. He's in the right spot on the midline and deflects the ball away.
Here's Thornton, drives. Oh, won't go. I was about to call the and one, but it wouldn't get. But you've mentioned before the acceleration that Damian Thornton has when he gets in the paint.
Yeah, it just takes really about a step, and he is close to the rim. Let's look at that replay. Well, Damian's fouled, and he's going to get a couple of free throws, but he's strong, he's explosive, and he's either finishing or he's getting free throw opportunities.
Yeah. Barlow Alaruzo called for the foul, 6'9" junior from Chicago. Transferred in from Eastern Illinois. As Thornton misses the first. Gets another opportunity here. Knocked it down. Buffs lead bumped up to 3, 9-6, 14:01 to play. First half is Brock Mashak and Ahmed Muhammad on the floor for the Buffaloes, replacing Thornton and Cameron Bell. Toussaint gets to guard Guy outside. He just went down and he's limping. That's Zach Toussaint holding the left hamstring a little bit.
Oh, look at Jesse taking the charge.
And we've got an offensive foul. This may be against Alaruzo.
The official was talking to Zach Toussaint about something. Zach was leaned over holding his leg.
I think the official's asking if Zach's okay. I'm not so sure he didn't maybe take a knee to the thigh. Okay. You know how that hurts. He went down at the top of the key when the Buffs retreated on defense. And when he got up, he was hobbling and holding his leg. Buffs basketball. Brown picks up his dribble, gets it to Toussaint. Cross court to Mashak for 3. Yes!
Well, and how about that play from Toussaint? He can't get his shot off, but he has his eyes up, dribbling, surveying the defense, finds another open shooter, Brock Mashak.
Skip pass went over the perimeter of the Ram defense. Mashak got the ball, put it right up. Trey Mitchell reaching in. Brown knocks it out of bounds. Mitchell to inbound. Graduate student from Phoenix, Arizona, transfers from Central Connecticut State. Gets it into Quesada. Quesada pulls up from 10, short. Muhammad with the rebound.
Muhammad, a shorter defender that time, but he played excellent ball defense, made him take a tough shot and got the rebound.
Oh, Zach wanted to shoot, hesitated, and then walked.
It's just interesting, Kent, because we're used to seeing Zach get a lot of shots up. That hasn't been the case. I mean, even, you say he's scoreless Thursday. He only took, one? I think it was 0 for 1 or 0 for 2 from the field.
Defenses have not allowed him to float
Yeah.
and have that open look. And what we're seeing today is Zach handling the basketball. And while he can do that, and he does it well, that's not his game. Here's Mitchell, pull up from 8. They're going to call a reach. And this reach is going to go against number 14, Zach Toussaint, his first.
Angelo State will try at the free throw line to snap a scoring drought of 2.5 minutes. Nearly 2.5.
Trey Mitchell at the line, 37 of 43 on the season. That translates to 86%. Makes the first. Second shot, got them both.
Much like the Buffaloes, this Angelo State team is very good at home. They're 10-0 away from the Janelle Center, 7-2 coming into this one.
Muhammad drives in, pulls it back out. Toussaint, three, knock it down, Zach Toussaint.
Just takes one to get.
3-point shots and first halves are becoming the forte for the Buffaloes as they are 3 of 3 this afternoon. Underneath, Alaruzo has the ball stolen away by Aweezy. Outlet to Toussaint. Muhammad on the wing. In the corner, Mashak, yes!
That's great team offense. Starts with a massive ball screen by Jesse, and then Ahmad eyes up, finds his teammate, the hot shooter Brock Mashak.
10-point lead for the Buffaloes. Turnaround in the paint. Nicely done, Trey Mitchell. And that'll give Vinay Patel opportunity to call a timeout, talk defensive strategy, and we'll take the timeout too. 11:37 to play, first half. Buffs lead it 18-10. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Welcome to Shimon Dental Group, where every day we're excited to see our patients and treat them like family. We are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality care in a friendly and comfortable environment. Shimon Dental Group's patient-focused philosophy puts your needs front and center.
We are constantly investing in leading-edge technology. Innovations that speed the treatment process and improve aesthetics. We're expanding the breadth of our cosmetic and restorative services through training to provide the best possible outcomes.
Just with the level of commitment that they show to taking care of my family and I, it's absolutely unmatched in this town, so I've been very happy with them.
Brightening smiles for more than 3 decades.
Contact Shimon Dental Group for your appointment today.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center as WT with the early lead. 11:37 to play, first half. 18-10 your score. Kent, this Angelo State team, they were on a 9-game win streak before they suffered that loss Thursday, a close one on the road at LCU. Now they come to WT, take on the Buffs in a battle essentially for first place. And right now the Buffs have not missed from the three-point line, 5 for 5.
Keep it going. That last shot by Mashak, I thought, well, that's going to spoil it because he was covered, but he knocked it down. Here's Wise on the wing. Shot clock at 12. Wallace to Mashak in the corner. Shot clock at 9. Addison outside. Nowhere to go. Shot clock at 4. Mashak, long 3. Left wing, yes! 9 points for the freshman from Fort Collins, Colorado. 3 of 3 from three-point range.
He's in the zone right now.
21-10 Buffaloes. Drive by Quezada. We're going to have a foul on the floor.
They're going to get Ahmed underneath.
With a hold.
Yep.
It's going to be Ahmed Muhammad's first. Buffs third as a team.
You know what's so hard about defending Mashak, Kent, is we've talked about how quick Toussaint's release is. Brock Mashak, he has a very, very quick trigger on that three-point release.
Devon Thomas loses it. Wallace picks it up. We're off to the races. Coming in from behind, fouling, is Trey Mitchell. That'll be his first. The Rams third as a team.
Yeah, Addison says it was highlight time, fellas. Good hustle.
You think Addison was going to dunk it? I think he was going to put it off the glass.
No, Kent. He was going off 2 feet, two-handed tomahawks. That one was coming into our baseline camera there.
Wallace, a 79%er for the line. 28 of 34.
Yeah, the other night he was really good. 14 points, 5 rebounds, 2 steals, and an assist for Golden Shoes, Addison Wallace.
Actually 50 of 63 and now 51 of 64. And yeah, those shoes have been doing well. kind of flips the ball up. Misses the second. Rams with the rebound. Nearing the midway point of the first half. Buffs up 12. Here's Guy, goes in the corner to Thomas. His three no good. Brown with the rebound. Buffs break it out. Now Brown will slow it down. Goes to Wise on the wing.
Oh, he's open.
Shaq up top. He's hot. Can't get that one to go.
Yeah, the fans are going, what? He missed one?
10 minutes to play. 22-10 Buffs here in the first half. Guy circles around up top. Right side to Thomas. De La Cruz on the block. Backs in.
Oh, wow.
To Wallace, and they're going to call a block.
I'd like to see this one again because I thought I saw some upper body on a run through there, but they say Addison did not. He was not set.
That'll be at Wallace's first.
It's like the door got knocked down.
Yeah.
I'm coming through. And a foul called against the Buffs.
Rams basketball. Guy to inbound to the right of their bucket. Gets it in deep to Godwin. Kevon Godwin, pull up and score.
Yeah, the Rams are really good at that, Kent. They're so quick off the dribble, and then they can just create a little space and knock down the jump shot.
Wallace, long range three. Too strong. Time to be strong on the defensive end.
It's a slow start for Larry Wise. He's just 0 for 2 from the field. We know he can get going in a hurry, though.
De La Cruz kicks it outside to Godwin. Godwin tried to feed De La Cruz. Juju deflected it. Wallace controls. No one steps in. Addison for the flush.
Yep, that's exactly what he was going to do on the previous play, and it didn't matter who was coming over to try to block it.
Wow.
Elevate, young man.
Might need to look at that one again if we have it. Here's Quezada, short jumper, no. Rebound comes down to Larry Wise.
Well, and Addison's in the middle of that defensive rebound as well, tipping it out. He is really having a good start.
Turnaround by Wise, yes, on the baseline. Tough shot.
This is going all WT right now. Angelo State's got to be careful. There's still 8:32 left in the Buffs. They've got the crowd into it. Everything going, shooting 53% from the field.
Up 14, 26-12. Guy up top, left side to Quezada. We're going to have a blocking foul called against Mashak. He stepped in.
Yeah, feet weren't quite over as a. There you go. One of the fans.
Here we go. Addison Wallace coming at you, Lucas.
Yep, and he's just surveying the defense. Help defense turns their back.
Yeah, the problem was when Willie Guy stepped away.
Nice play.
Addison says, special delivery. Rams basketball. Mitchell tries to drive on a Wheezy. Jesse cuts him off. They kick it back outside to Godwin. Shot clock at 7. Thomas stops from 15, turns around, short. Thornton with the rebound. Buffs thwart Angelo State again. Brown skip pass to Toussaint. Thornton top of the key. Juju loses it. It's taken away. Steve Webb. And they're going to call the and one.
No, they waved it off.
Called the charge. Steve Webb called for the charge.
And that's interesting. I didn't see that one, but
they're not going to say we're homers because I'm going to question that one myself. Steve Webb's questioning it as well. The officials say go to your bench. Timeout on the floor. 7:34 to play first half. Buffs on top, 26-12. You're watching West Texas basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Since 1933, the Panhandle Plains Historical Museum has housed the vast history of Panhandle Plains, given back to the community, and provided educational resources to those who live here. Located on the campus of West Texas A&M University, PPHM is free to all students, faculty, and staff at WT. We offer volunteer opportunities, internships, and hands-on research experience. From prehistoric times to pioneer travels, there's something for everyone at the largest history museum in Texas. Stop by and see us sometime. Oh, and don't forget, go Buffs!
Angelo State comes on the floor. Rams trail right now. WT in control 26-12. First half action. The Rams in a scoring drought of over 2 minutes. The Buffs' hot shooting continues. They're now up to 56% from the field. 6 for their last 8.
Rams just 5 of 15, and they've not attempted a three. Well, they've not made a three-pointer yet. They've attempted 3. Here's Thornton. Backs in on the block. Guarded by Thomas. Kicks outside to Brown. Juju to an open Wise. 3, got it. Buffs knocked down another one.
The percentage is just insane from the three-point line.
7 of 9. Here's Guy, cut off baseline. Devon Thomas drives in on Thornton and puts it in. Strong move by Thomas.
That's what the Rams need more of, just that inside presence.
Thornton at the other end on the baseline. Trey Mitchell with the defense. Down low to Aweezy. This will be on the floor. I was afraid they were going to get Jesse for jumping into the defense.
That's essentially kind of the same call that we were looking at earlier, where WT felt like they should have had an offensive foul called. Here's Jesse. And kind of dips the shoulder a little bit, but.
De La Cruz, second personal, non-shooting foul. Brown to inbound, gets it in deep to Thornton. Damian outside to Brown. Ball's tipped out of bounds. Last touched by the guys in the blue uniforms. Tucson to inbound. Vinay Patel requesting that the officials talk about it. They agree with the initial assessment. Buffs basketball, 18 on the shot clock, 6:28 on the game clock. A little moisture in front of the Rams bench.
Yeah, they're trying to wipe some of that.
Tucson to inbound. Here's Brown. Back to Zach. Cross court to Thornton. 9 on the shot clock. Thornton wants to do it. Pulls up from 15. Rims out. There's Aweezy keeping it alive. And alertly, Devon Thomas, as he's falling out of bounds, throws it down on Aweezy, who's laying out of bounds.
Oh, man. Great hustle from Jesse. And after all that, Rams get the ball back.
29-14 Buffs by 15. Guy, step back, got it.
That's what he does. Uses his muscle and a little bit of size advantage to get in the paint and hit the jump shot.
Wise looking, finds Thornton on the side. Damian drives in, pulls back out. Finds a Wheezy inside. Nice turnaround. Can't get it to go, so he stuffs it.
Well, he tries the layup. It's short, so Jesse says, I'm not leaving any question. I'm just going to dunk this thing in.
And he gets a rebound to boot.
Good minutes off the bench from Wheezy.
Nearing the 5-minute mark. Buffs 31-16. Down low. We're going to have a jump ball.
Yeah, that's one
Buffs basketball.
Willie Guy needs to shoot it. He beats Zach off the dribble, and there's 3 defenders in the paint. And that's exactly where he puts the pass into his teammate. As a result, Buffs are getting the ball back.
Yeah, the Rams thought it was going to be their basketball. But no. The Weezy inbound, the Rams setting up, full court pressure. We'll see how tight it is.
It's been a sluggish offensive first half for Angelo State. They have not made a three-pointer. They're 0 for 3. Rams also big story, have committed 8 turnovers.
I think what they're saying here is the table failed to switch the indicator light, possession arrow, on the last inbounds we had.
Got to keep it honest.
So it is going to be Angelo's basketball. Guy to inbound, does so deep to Thomas. Coming up to take it is Godwin. And Julius Brown just happens to be there.
Yeah, I thought for a second Godwin was wearing a white and maroon cape. It had number 4 on it. That was Juju playing the defense, though.
For Brown, that's his first. Team foul number 6 against West Texas. Thomas, cross court to Guy. Back to Thomas. B.J. Anderson gives it to Trey Mitchell in the paint. Can't get it to go, but he'll go to the line.
Well, and that time Angelo State got some ball movement, and that led to an open driving lane. So better offense in the half court.
Mentioned number 22 in blue on the floor for the Rams, B.J. Anderson, sophomore from Amarillo, Tascosa. Thomas Mitchell's first free throw is good. Mashak to the bench, Wise back to the floor for WT. And Mitchell with his second opportunity. Makes it. And cuts the Buffs lead to 13. Buffs have led by as many as 17. Currently leading 31-18 as we approach 4.5 to play in the first. Wallace to Wise. Larry drives in, pulls up, shot rejected by Mitchell.
Great defense by the Rams.
They are athletic.
It's a big possession. They've cut it to 13, as close as it's been in a little while.
Mitchell directing traffic. Up top. Guarded by Wallace, knocks it away, regains. Pushes Wallace away. We're going to get a charge. Yes, we are. Trey Mitchell gave Addison Wallace the elbow as he went up for that shot.
Yeah, I thought Addison was doing a good job of moving his feet.
Anthony Thomas says you can't do that. 4 minutes to play in the first. Buffs lead it 31-18. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
One West is the comprehensive fundraising campaign designed to fuel WT 125 from the Panhandle to the world. We will strengthen WT's impact for the Panhandle region and beyond through a historic, comprehensive campaign raising $125 million by 2025. The campaign's 3 priorities: people, programs, and places. Now is the time to make a difference for current and future generations. One West.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Buff Nation enjoying the day so far as Buffaloes lead here in the men's action 31-18. Lady Buffs won earlier today, defeating number 20 ranked Angelo State on the women's side 80-64. And this one is a big one for the top spot in the Lone Star Conference, these West Division foes.
Buffs by 13. Brown, baseline, picks up his dribble. Looking for someone to pass to, kicks it out deep to Thornton. 10 on the shot clock. Damian says, get out of my way. Wallace circles back, drives in, finds Brown in the corner. His three is good at the buzzer.
Just in the nick of time. And how about the assist? Good find by Addison Wallace.
Well, between Wallace, Thornton, and Brown, the way the teammates worked together passing, knowing the shot clock was expiring, Brown completes the three-pointer. Oh, nice. Feed pass inside to find Trey Mitchell for the lay-in. Buffs break down defensively. Still leading by 14. Wise goes in. He's going to be fouled on the floor.
Yeah, smart basketball. Double team never comes, so Larry just continues to back down the defender until a foul was called.
Quezada, his first. The Rams' 8th. Larry Wise goes to the line. 62 of 69 on the season, 89%. Knocks it down. Makes them both. Buffs by 16, inside of 3 to play here in the first. Rams basketball, long 3, Mitchell, no good. They're on the weak side. Addison Wallace gets the rebound.
You know, Kent, for WT, some of the games this year we've been talking about the lack of defense. Not today.
They are playing strong. Muhammad, arcing 3, no good. Rebound controlled by Godwin, brings it up court. The Florida native drives in, step back from 14, no.
I mean, they're forcing shots like that. That is a difficult shot to make.
Muhammad with the rebound. Wise, open, right side for 3, won't go, but Muhammad with the one-time putback.
How long was he hanging in the air? Just waiting for that ball to come down, and then I'll just put it in off the window. Great play by Ahmed Muhammad.
21 games ago, Lucas, I told you this guy has some hop.
Yes.
Reggie Quezada at the other end with the 15-footer. (38-22), minute and a half to play in the first. Wise backing in on Quezada, kicks it out to Brown. Thought about it. Shot clock at 10. Julius drives in, shot blocked. Muhammad gets the rebound and calls timeout. Oh, they're going to call the jump ball, but it's the Buffs' possession.
Good hustle by Ahmed. Got Angelo State inside. They got some shot blockers. I thought Julius was going to get to the basket, and then it was erased. Juju gets a breather. Zach Toussaint back on the floor. Ken, at halftime, we'll be joined by Michaela Connor, assistant coach for the Lady Buffs, talk about their big win today.
Toussaint looking to get it in, does so to Wallace. Shot clock at 4. Addison's 3, no good. They're going to call Muhammad over the back, or is this Larry Wise? getting rang up. They got Ahmed Muhammad, his second. Team foul number 8 against West Texas. So we'll go to the other end. Reggie Quezada will shoot 1 and 1. First trip to the line today. He had 12 back in January against the Buffaloes. Misses. Thornton gets the easy rebound as we approach 1 minute to play here in the first half. Muhammad spins, kicks it outside to Thornton.
Better job defensively the last several possessions by Angelo State, closing off these gaps.
Buffs by 16. Shot clock at 8. Thornton sends Wallace out of the way.
3 seconds.
Addison picks it up, drives in, has his shot blocked. Getting up there, elevating Devon Thomas. And down at the other end, Addison Wallace does the same thing.
Nobody can get a layup.
Devon Thomas blocks at one end, gets blocked at the other. And we've got a timeout called by Tom Brown with 29 seconds to play here in the first half. Buffs leading 38-22, and Lucas Kinsey for all the hoopla and first place on the line. One team has come out of the chute here.
They have, and for WT again, they started with hot shooting. They were 5 for 5 from the perimeter to start the game. But as the game has gone on, you got to credit WT's defense. You're holding Angelo State to just 22 points right now, getting close to halftime. It's been, plays like we just saw, the shot blocking. They've done a good job of making Angelo State take difficult shots, not allowing. I don't even think they've made a 3 yet, have they?
They have not, but
okay.
What stands out when I look at the stats, turnovers. Angelo State has committed 9 points off turnovers. How about 18 for the Buffs? Buffs, meanwhile, have committed 4. Angelo State's got 2 points. It's a big swing.
Yeah, only 4-second difference between shot clock and game clock here as Julius dribbles at the top.
8 on the shot clock. 4 on the shot clock. And turns around and doesn't get it off. So as we talk about turnovers, that will go down as another one against West Texas, their 5th.
You want the ball in Juju's hands, no doubt, but he was dribbling, and that was it.
We've said before, when the Buff offense gets sluggish, it's because they're just dribbling. And they've had a few possessions today where that's been the case, even though they've got 38 points. Inbound comes into Quezada. Thornton takes it away, and that will be our first half of play. A steal to end the first half of play kind of exemplifies what we've seen here in the first half as the teams go to the locker room. West Texas A&M controlling the scoreboard 38-22. We'll take a timeout. We come back, we'll have our halftime activities. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Halftime score of the men's game, 38-22. WT in control over the Rams. Right now at halftime, glad to be joined by Lady Buff Associate Head Coach Michaela Connor, and a big, big win for West Texas A&M today. Congratulations, 80-64. You defeat Angelo State, get some revenge over the Ram Bells after they had beat us the first time at their place. I'll let you just take the floor here and talk your thoughts on this win. We basically were in control after the first quarter.
Yeah, well, going into this game, the girls knew that this was a really big game for us, just in the division and what it means for the conference tournament. So we were obviously super focused going into this game, but, I mean, we had a game plan, and our team just really executed it really well.
Yeah. Let's talk just a little bit about that game plan, because I'm watching the game from the start, really, and I'm seeing the matchups. Carly Machenbacher defensively going up against 6'3" post player for Angelo State, Tay McGee-Pleasant. Now, you look at the box score, McGee-Pleasant, 19 points, 14 rebounds, but it was really how she was having to try to earn those. I felt like Carly really played her well defensively. And talk about that strategy, Coach.
Well, just scouting the team, honestly, I mean, Tay McGee is a phenomenal player, and you're probably not going to be able to stop her. We haven't really seen anybody stop her.
Right.
But going into that game, we just thought that most of her points are scored on the perimeter.
Okay.
She's not so much a back-to-the-basket post, although she has the height. She's 6'3".
Right.
She's primarily scored from the three-point line, taking drives, spin moves. So we just figured Carly's our best defender, and she can keep anybody out of the paint no matter what height they are.
Right.
And if Tay wanted to decide to go down to the block, then we were just going to front and have to have backside help. But I thought one of the big keys that we talked about was making sure that we try to take her out of her offensive game in the first quarter.
Okay.
And from watching film on them, no one had really done that. I mean, she scored at will, at ease.
From the beginning.
And so that was one of our goals, honestly, going into that game, and I thought we executed it really well.
Carly comes up with 17 rebounds, just 3 short of tying the single-game record for a Lady Buff player. And I think she could have gotten that if she hadn't had that ankle injury just in the fourth quarter. But a tremendous performance by Carly. Tremendous performances from a lot of different girls. One of those was Asia Himer. And, Coach, we're seeing her develop. Last year, comes in off the bench, knocks down some threes. This year, playing better ball defense. But now I'm starting to see her overall game offensively. She's putting it on the floor and scoring. Just talk about Asia, her development, and just the confidence she's playing with.
Oh, yeah. From recruiting Asia, I mean, we've always known that she was a really good scorer. Obviously, you never really know how kids are going to start off as a freshman.
Right.
But, I mean, going in, she was behind some really good guards, so it was tough for her to get a ton of minutes her freshman year. But she's one of the kids who's had the biggest, improvement just over a summer. She went in the summer, and we told her, hey, we need you to work on your defense, and she came back a totally different defensive player.
Right.
And very defensive-minded. And I think that was the shift that she made in the summer was, hey, I can always score the ball, but can I stop other players? And, I mean, we look to her now to defend their best players. I mean, half the game she was guarding number 10.
Yeah.
And, I mean, she is she probably will be first team all conference or whatever because she's been really good. And we just look to Asia. But the development from defense, even on the offensive side, seeing her to get more confident. But also, I mean, I would love to talk about her leadership. I mean, just being a sophomore, it didn't faze her when she needed to step up and say things in practice or she needed to be the one talking and bringing us energy. She's always been an energy bug for us, and I think that that's something that she's carried into this year, and she's just taken it to another level.
Lady Buffs get the win today, 80-64. They defeat Angelo State, and they keep that home streak going at 25 games right here at the First United Bank Center. A lot of energy today as they honored head coach Bob Schneider, Hall of Famer Bob Schneider, in between games. I want you to go back and talk just a little bit more. You were mentioning the leadership from Asia. I know some other players as well. I talked to Lauren Taylor Thursday night saying, hey, we went on the road, dropped 3 of 4, but you guys are fighting through this adversity. And today, Coach, we may have seen the best version of this team. I know that you don't want to peak right now, and I'm not saying you have,
right,
but that was a good version of WT Lady Buff basketball. Talk about how they have overcome some adversity and really have come through it looking better.
Well, I mean, between injuries, between different situations, even things that some of our kids have battled off the court, we knew that the leadership core was going to have to be something that that's prevailed through each game, and where we're fighting for games when, we, like you said, we lost a few on the road. I mean, we have had leadership in all areas. I mean, you talk about Asia stepping up, and that's she's always been someone who's talked, but as of recently, she's almost stepped up and been telling the team, like, we got this, we can do this. I mean, Lauren has been a steady leader for us. I think everybody looks at her because she's so level-headed.
Yeah.
And she never loses her cool. Carly leads by example. She's going to go out there, and like you said, she got 17 rebounds, so people just naturally follow her. But, I mean, even Nylam, if you're around her, she's kind of quiet, but she says things when they need to be said. And I think her teammates really, really respect her because they know how hard she works. But, I mean, we don't believe that age has anything to do with leadership. If the freshmen feel like they want to say something, they can say something. If Asia feels like she wants to say something, she's just a sophomore, she could say something. And I think that's worked really well with the team because it's not necessarily a senior thing. It's, hey, whoever feels like they need to say something right now and has that voice, then they can use it. And I think they all just respect each other so much that they feed off of that energy and that leadership.
Lady Buffs win it 80-64 today. Congratulations. Now you're going to go on the road next week. Just tell the ladies, pretend like you're at home, right?
Yes.
When you're playing at Eastern and Western New Mexico next week. But 3 straight wins. Great job getting these back-to-back here this week, Coach.
Thank you.
All right. We'll take a timeout, come back, have some halftime stats for you here from the men's game. The Buffs lead big here at the break, 38-22. We're back after this on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Deep in the heart of Texas, the prairie wide.
Bud Light, proudly brewed
In the heart of Texas.
Since 1910, WT and the Department of Agricultural Sciences has provided high-quality education to the students of the Panhandle and beyond.
At WT, professors know me and are committed to my success.
If you want to get an ag industry job, WT is where you need to be.
I don't want just a job and a paycheck after graduation. I want a career where I can make a difference.
WT invested in my career. I intend to pay it forward.
headquarters and get helped, get fitted, and get your questions answered, and find out about our price matching online today.
This is Whataburger at 4 a.m. It's the start of a shift, the end of the day, or just a spin around the block at 4 a.m. But no matter why you're up, we're up too, 24/7. Whataburger, just like you like it. She said she wasn't hungry. She only wanted a bite. But this isn't just a patty melt. This is a Whataburger patty melt, the all-time favorite, with 2 all-beef patties, Monterey Jack, grilled onions, and creamy pepper sauce. So 1 bite became 2, and 2 became mine. Just a bite, huh? Mark that one down as a lesson learned. The Whataburger patty melt, just like you like it.
Buffs lead it at the half, 38-22, and we've got time to take a look at our first half statistics right now. You see them appear on your screen here. Field goal percentage, both teams shooting fairly well at the half, but Angelo State was really slow coming out of the shoot. 9 of 22 for 40%. The Buffs 13 of 28, 46%. 3 points. Well, Angelo State's 0 of 4. The Buffs knocked down their first 5. They are 8 of 13 here at the half. Free throws hasn't been a procession. Angelo State 4 of 5 from the line, 80%. The Buffs 4 of 6, 66%. Rebounds, Buffs out-rebounded the Rams by a narrow margin, 16-14. The turnovers really play a key in this game. The Rams have committed 10, the Buffs 5. But what have the teams done with those turnovers? Buffs 18 points off turnovers to just 2 points off turnovers for Angelo State. So Lucas Kinsey, there's our team stats on the first half. Individually, Trey Mitchell leads the Rams with 8. Kevon Godwin, Willie Guy have 4 apiece. Fredlin De La Cruz leads the Rams in rebounding with 5. For the Buffaloes, Julius Brown with 8. Larry Wise with 7, Brock Mashak with 9. Brock is 3 of 4 from three-point range. Rebounding, Damian Thornton and Ahmed Muhammad have pulled down 5.
Kent, 8 different Buff players have scored in the first half, and it really doesn't. You can't key in on 1 or 2 or even 3 players. You mentioned it, Mashak. He got hot, made 3 threes. He leads the Buffs right now with 9 points, and so a great first half for WT. Can they continue it? And can they continue this really strong defense, which is some of the best defense we've seen them play in a half all season long?
We've seen several times this year when the Buffaloes have built big leads, and in the second half they've gone soft, won the game, but not as decisively as they could. We'll see what happens today. First place in the Lone Star Conference on the line. Teams are back out on the floor. It'll be the Rams basketball to start the second half of play.
Yeah, the crowd has been really good today. Kind of energized, not only from the women's win, but then after that, they honored Hall of Fame head coach Bob Schneider, and the Buffs. They have come out and they have just continued what has been a great day so far for West Texas A&M. Rams, we know they're talented, though. They can make a comeback.
They are a good basketball team. You don't win 18 games at this point of the season not being. De La Cruz working the baseline on Addison Wallace, puts it up over Wallace.
That's probably the message from Vinay Patel in terms of the offense. Let's get it inside. Let's get to the free throw line. Let's get high percentage shots.
Wise on the wing, dribbles down low, backs in on Godwin. We've got a foul on the floor. This one is going to go against Steve Webb, his second. Rams first of the half. Buffs basketball. Brown gets it in deep to Wise. Just underway here, second half, First United Bank Center. Mashak, high off the glass. It wouldn't go down. Strong drive, but he couldn't complete. Down at the other end. Guy feeds Godwin with the reverse.
Yep, 2 trips and 2 shots right in front of the rim.
And it's a 12-point Buffalo lead at 38-26. Brown goes in. It won't go, but there's Mashak with the offensive board. His putback won't go. Rams go the other way. De La Cruz blocked from behind. Wise got a hand on that. Let's go the other way. Brown slows it down. Now drives baseline, has the ball taken away, and it's a jump ball, West Texas possession.
Well, every time the Buffs have gotten the ball in the paint so far in this second half, Angelo State has 2, sometimes 3 defenders there ready.
Yeah, the Buffs may have been up 16 at the half, but that was just the halfway point of this race. Julius Brown to inbound for the Buffaloes, and we've got a whistle away from the ball. And this is going to be Steve Webb picking up his 3rd foul.
Yeah, instead of moving his feet to get through a screen, he's trying to hold up Jesse and gets caught.
Oweezy on the inbound. He's going to take it in himself. About to say, hide the women and children.
Yeah,
this is going to be strong.
He was going for it, and making sure that he did not get that shot off was De La Cruz. Here's the replay. Yeah, the paint opens up for Jesse. His eyes light up. Yes, sir. Let's take
Here
it.
I come. The ball fake before he started his drive. He went to his left. The defender bit. Jesse took it to the house. Makes the first.
And I said it was, I think I mentioned the wrong player there, Ken. The foul goes on number 11.
Yeah, that'd be Quezada.
Quezada. He reached in from behind.
But we really don't see the dribble aspect of Oweezy's game offensively. He's normally right under the basket, rebounding and putting it back.
It's almost like in football when the offensive lineman picks up the ball and gets to run with it, right?
He's more graceful than that.
Yes, he is.
Buffs lead by 14, 40-26. Minute and a half into the second. Here's Quezada. Trying to get free. It's a guy on the wing. De La Cruz on the block, backing in on Oweezy. Kicks it out to Quezada. Shot clock at 3. Long 3. Put up and nailed.
That was a great pass.
Willie Guy.
Unselfish play there for the Rams to get a wide open 3.
13-point Buffalo lead. Juju to Wise on the wing. Larry backs into the paint, goes up, is stripped away. Ooh. They're going to call Guy for the reach, I believe. And that it is. Willie Guy gets his first personal.
No argument from Guy, even though it appeared like he had stripped the ball loose. Here you see quick hands, or does he? Hard to tell.
Julius to inbound to Oweezy. Quickly to Thornton. Damian on the wing. Takes it in, pulls it up, comes down with it, and that'll be a walk. As he went up, Steve Webb got his hand on the ball, and Thornton came down in possession, and that's a travel.
That is textbook ball defense from Angelo State's Steve Webb.
But once the ball was inbounded, there was one pass in that possession.
Yeah.
Not bad that Damian tried the shot, but work it around before you take it. Here's Webb up top. He's going to drive. Goes underneath. Reverse is short. It's Oweezy with the rebound, and we're going to have a foul over the back. I think Steve Webb on the reach.
Kind of a frustration foul. He went.
Or is it De La Cruz? It's going to be on De La Cruz.
Okay.
It's his third.
Not a smart foul there.
That's a meaningful foul for Angelo State.
He's got to be careful not to pick up a fourth. A lot of time still here in the second half.
Buffs by 11, led by 16 at the half. Brown wants to turn the corner, cut off by De La Cruz. Cross court to Thornton, who about slipped down. Damian backing in, spins, and walks.
Now that's another possession. Tom Brown feeling like there should have been a foul called, but
don't question the foul. Question your offensive execution, because that's not what the Buffs do.
Yeah, just not enough movement, and that makes it easy for Angelo State defensively to keep your eyes on one guy dribbling the ball.
Yeah. When the Buffs run isolation, it frees up a player for a shot. In this case, it's one player doing everything. Right now, De La Cruz with the offensive rebound.
He drew a foul as well.
And he draws the foul. Addison Wallace picks up his second. Buffs first of the half.
Here's the replay. And I really don't think he goes over his back. He just uses his length to secure the rebound.
The foul.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, De La Cruz used his length to get the rebound, then Addison initiated the contact on the follow-up. But what matters is De La Cruz at the line shooting twice, makes the first. If he can make the second, the lead for the Buffs has been cut to single digits.
And we've played nearly 4 minutes in this second half. WT has scored 2 points.
Thornton misfires. Down at the other end, Quezada.
Rams on a run here.
16-12 to play, 40-32 Buffaloes.
Look how far out they've got WT away from the basket.
Thornton wants to drive, shot clock at 9. Brown kicks it out to Tucson. He's going to have to put up a shot. Can't get it off.
Shot clock violation. What Angelo State's doing a much better job of is they're helping off. Juju wants to drive. Well, there's somebody just coming over, getting a hand in his face. Can't get into the driving lanes. As a result, Angelo State outscoring WT 10-2 here in the second half.
Buffs with 3 turnovers in the first 3.5 minutes of the second half. Takes us to a timeout. 40-32, Buffs on top. You're watching West Texas A&M basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
For 90 years, the Lone Star Conference has been committed to excellence. What began in 1931 as a 5-team conference has grown to 18 institutions spanning 4 states. And while membership has changed, the pursuit of athletic success and academic excellence has never wavered. 119 national championships, over 2,000 All-Americans, and nearly 300 academic All-Americans. Celebrating 90 years of success, this is the Lone Star Conference.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons. We live for this.
There's Bucky hanging out with some of the kids today. Kent, Lone Star Conference action here. Buffs are up by 8. What's going on across the conference?
Well, Dallas Baptist trailing St. Mary's down in San Antonio, 51-41. That's early in the second. Eastern New Mexico, Cameron tied at the first media timeout, 10-10 in the first. Oklahoma Christian trails A&M International at the half, 36-26. UT Tyler trailing St. Ed's 43-33 early in the second. Arkansas Fort Smith trails Kingsville 49-30, 10 minutes into the second. And down in Lubbock, LCU 58-43 late in the second over UT Permian Basin.
So Angelo State starts off with a turnover, and then Larry Wise draws a foul as he drives strong into the paint. That's not what Coach Patel wanted to see out of that timeout, as his team had some momentum.
Reggie Quezada, his third personal, team foul number 6. Larry Wise picks up his dribble, looking for someone. Brock Mishak avoided the turnover, but not enough. He knocked it out of bounds.
This has been a really good defensive stretch for Coach Patel's Rams.
They're playing tight defense, and the Buffs are getting selfish with the basketball.
Yeah, got to be more screening, more movement. It's not fluid right now.
Here's Webb. Oh, lob inside. We're going to have a foul underneath. Toussaint picks up his second personal. Rams tried to execute the lob. Zach fouled, broke it up. And we're going to have a discussion over at the scorers table with the shot clock.
Okay, right. It was at 16. They reset it to 20.
Reset it to 20 for the inbound, yes. 15:05 to play. Second, Buffs up 40-32. They led by 16 at the half. Webb gets it inbound. And what Angelo State has effectively done in the second half is take the crowd out of the basketball game. Webb drives baseline. Thomas with 2 on the shot clock, missed everything.
Okay.
Good defense by the Buffaloes.
Yep. Just nothing easy, no openings for Angelo State. So the Buffs, so they can get this strong defense going as well. WT's got to stop turning the ball over. There are 4 turnovers over the last 3 minutes and 48 seconds.
They only had 5 at the half. 8-point lead for West Texas. 14:36 to play in the second. Thornton to Toussaint. Right wing to Muhammad. Thornton on the wing. Looks left, goes right to Brown. Shot clock at 5. Need to get one off. Julius for 3, knocks it down.
Nice use of the ball screen there from Julius as his teammate Jesse Awizi comes over and gives him that nice screen. Look
Maybe
at
this will be a slump
Zach.
buster. Knocks it down, lead bumped up to 11. Tom Brown calls a timeout. We'll take it with them. You're watching Buffalo basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
Deep in the heart of Texas, the prairie lies
Bud Light, proudly brewed
in the heart of Texas.
We are Carpet Tech, and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
First United Bank Center, site of today's conference showdown between the Rams of Angelo State and the Buffs of WT. It's an 11-point lead right now for West Texas A&M. A much-needed 3 from Julius Brown right before the media timeout. Juju leads the Buffs right now with 11 points on 4 of 8 shooting, and WT 9 of 14 from the 3-point line. That was the first one of the second half for the Buffaloes.
Hopefully that will get the Buffs offense jump started here in the second half. Pull up, off balance shot taken by Godwin. It's off balance because Julius Brown had a hand on him. It's Juju's second, team's third. Kevon Godwin goes to the line, 77%er on the season. This is his first opportunity today. Makes the first. He now has 7. averaging 17.5 on the year. He had 19 against the Buffs in early January.
Transfer from Gulf Coast State.
Knocked down the second.
Roster with players from all over the country. Florida, Louisiana, Texas, New York, and also out of the country, Dominican Republic.
It's Toussaint. Couldn't get that one to go down. Saw the quick release, but he misfired. Godwin on the pull-up. Got it.
Yeah, he's starting to feel it now. And this lead has been trimmed back to 7. Largest lead of the day for WT, 18.
Good promoter says keep the game close. It keeps the fans in the stands. But
now this isn't
not
scripted.
now.
Yeah, this isn't scripted like they were joking this weekend on social media, and they were talking about the NFL being scripted. And the joke on us, because we're Cowboys fans, was that Dallas gets the same script every year. It's drama, it's roller coaster, and it ends in heartache.
Well, once upon a time, you could say the NBA was scripted. A team would get a big lead, it'd catch up. It was constant.
The only thing that has been scripted, I guess you can say, for WT of late are 3-point baskets going in. That's been a lot of that.
Devon Thomas gets the foul. Sends Julius Brown to the line. Knocks down the first. Juju, and that 82%er on the year. 75 of 91. Now 76 of 92. Nine-point Buffalo lead, 45-36. 13.5 to play. Godwin loses the ball. Brown picks it up. Now he's got to wait for his teammates. Wise in the corner to Toussaint. Flying in, Devon Thomas knocks it out of bounds. Buffs had the right idea there. They just weren't counting on a defender coming out of nowhere to knock the ball away. There's Thornton. Can't get the layup to go, but he'll go to the line. Foul is going to go against Thomas again.
Yeah, they've guarded Damian pretty close today. Thornton just 1 for 4 from the field. He's got 4 points. He's going to get to the free throw line. As you see here, the quick step, and then absorbs that contact. He was wanting the finish, though. Got the first one.
Damian makes the first. Got them both. For Thornton, that's 6 points. Pull up. Missed by Mitchell. Rebound to the Buffaloes. Thornton on the wing. Shot clock at 15. Damian keeps it alive.
They're going to call an offensive foul against Damian Thornton.
Yeah. Did he get an elbow up?
Yeah, he did, but I'm going to tell you, Freddie De La Cruz, he got away with a lot of grabbing and holding on that possession there. At first it was with Jesse, and then he came off against Thornton. Damian gets whistled for the offensive foul, though, and he did. He got the elbow up. If you're Angelo State, you got to answer, though. You got to take advantage of that defensive stop on the offensive foul call and get a bucket.
12.5 to play. Buffs by 11. Juju tries to steal. He keeps it in bounds. He stepped on the line. Tom Brown says, no way. It's right in front of me. Anthony Thomas says he's on the line.
Juju's one of the only players, Kent, that could have maybe kept that ball in bounds.
His closing speed, he batted the ball away and then tracked it down and tried to get up court.
Zach Toussaint is saying, let's look at the big board, guys. We've got this nice video board here at the FUB. Show the replay, Thunder Vision. Doesn't work that way.
Buffs still by 11. Trying to get another defensive stop. In the paint, pull up, knock down, Kevon Godwin.
He's now got 12 points.
8 of them in the second half. 9-point Buffalo advantage. Thornton, he'll launch a 3. Timely.
That's huge. I mean, Angelo State, they just cut it to 9, but they cannot get the stop. Damian Thornton splashes in the 3.
Buffs lead back up to 12. Guy trying to turn the corner, but
Toussaint nudged him.
Zach rode him out of bounds. For Zach, that's his 3rd. That'll be the team's 5th. And that'll take us to a timeout with 11:31 to play. Buffs up 50-38. You're watching West Texas basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
WT student athletes drink low-fat chocolate milk post-workout because it helps replenish and restore muscles quickly to their peak potential. Scientific studies suggest that the immediate benefits of low-fat chocolate milk include boosted performance, improved training, and higher recovery rates in athletes. Add low-fat chocolate milk to your post-workout routine.
Go Buffs!
The best tailgates start with the best beef, and the best beef starts with Market Street. Market Street, where we do beef the best.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. 50-38, Buffs lead by 12 as Angelo State has trailed by as many as 18 points today. They've gotten the lead trimmed down to 7 here in the second half, but the Buffs continue to have answers, whether it's Juju or Damian Thornton. WT doing a really nice job of battling back. They've been outscored in the second half. The Buffs have 16-12, but they lead by 12 here in the second half.
You know what impresses me? We've played 29 minutes, and Angelo State only has 38 points. Well, they got 41 now. That was a big answer. Thomas answering Thornton's 3 from just moments earlier.
It's only the second 3 today made by the Rams. They're 2 for 8.
Here's Wise. Putting a shoulder into Godwin.
As tight as you can be without being called for a foul. Ball defense by the Rams.
Webb in the paint, charge. That's going to be his 4th.
Damian's laying down. It's like, hold on, guys, give me a second. That hurt. You want to take a charge in college basketball? You got to be tough. Move your feet. Boom.
That's proof. You don't have to be standing stationary to draw the foul. You just can't be inside of the arc, and you have to have your position. Three for Toussaint. That one won't go, but there's Wallace with the rebound. The putback and one. Big offensive flurry there by Addison Wallace.
His teammate Julius Brown comes over with a big smile on his face saying, "That I love to see you getting those boards, Addison." And nobody blocks him out. I mean, they're just standing watching the ball come off the rim, and so that's easy pickings there for Addison Wallace.
And you had actually queried Thursday night, did Addison play high school football? The answer is no.
Okay.
And actually, his answer was no way.
No way. Well, I'm guessing, Kent, that in high school, whoever the head coach was for the football team at Cleburne was probably going, please, come help us.
Buffs lead back up to 12, 53-41, approaching the 10-minute mark. Godwin from 17, and they've got Wallace with a foul out front. Addison picks up his third. Godwin goes to the line. He'll shoot twice. He was just inside the arc. Makes the first.
Yes, the Buffs were on the road for 2 weeks before they came back this week. One against UT Permian Basin Thursday, winning right now today. Kent next week, right back on the road. They go to the land of enchantment 2 times.
Made them both.
First at Portales on Thursday, right? And then
that's an easy trip. Buff Nation, you need to get over there, support the Buffs.
Saturday, Western.
Wallace wide open. 3 won't go. Muhammad keeps the ball alive, but the Rams recover. Inside, De La Cruz. No. Wallace gets it. Fans want De La Cruz over the back, but be satisfied the Buffs come away with the basketball.
It's getting physical between these two teams, both ends.
Thornton splits 2 Rams. Can't get the layup, but he'll go to the line.
You can just look out on the floor, and players are tired. Because they've just been, it's like been 2 boxers trading blows.
Get in the late rounds, those body blows start to add up.
Yeah, you see Damian just taking his time before he walks up to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Tom Brown demonstrating with the much shorter Johnny Wilkins over in front of the bench how De La Cruz came over the top. Thornton knocks down the first.
That would have been a great action shot for a Tom Brown trading card. Right there, the rocket showing the official, this was actually over the back, sir. I think we should get those, Kent. The coaches need some trading cards. Tom Brown, Josh Prock with the maroon forehead.
Find a sponsor.
Okay.
55-43 Buffaloes, just inside of 10. And we've got another foul. This is against Toussaint, picks up his 4th.
So now the Rams will shoot because that's the 7th team foul against West Texas A&M.
And the Buffs are shooting 2 on every non-player control foul as Toussaint goes to the bench. Wise returns to the floor. Willie Guy at the line, first time today. 43 of 46 on the season, and he missed it.
Oh, Thornton hit the deck hard.
And Steve Webb realizes he just fouled out.
And Kent, it's that, that foul, you don't want to get a 5th foul on a block out play. You love the effort from Webb, but just, again, being smart, knowing they need him on the floor. His teammates consoling him right now.
Thornton will go the other way, where he will shoot 2 shots. Looking to build on the Buffs' 12-point lead. Thornton 4 of 4 from the line in this half. 5 of 6 for the game, knocks down the first. Makes them both.
And scorers are going to find ways to score. Damian only had 4 points not too long ago, and now, after that one, he's got 13.
9:05 to play. Buffs up 57-43. Here's a long three outside and drained. Reggie Quezada.
It's an interesting spin on the ball there, too. It went in.
Slider or a curve?
I think it was a slider.
Brown from Oweezy uses an Oweezy screen. Step back from 15.
It doesn't matter. He's got players that have 4 inches on him defensively, and Juju still finds a way to rainbow that one in.
Guy on the wing to Quezada. Quezada going around a screen from De La Cruz. Underneath.
It was a good effort by Damian. The Buff fans are upset, but I think that's the right call. I think he's still moving just a little bit as the contact is made into the body.
Thornton picks up his second.
Here's the replay, Kent. It's close. You see Damian at the last second. He kind of takes it on the side.
Okay.
I don't know.
Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't.
Those are the plays right there. Everybody, can talk about calls and say, "Oh, you missed this one, you missed that one." Try making that one in a game like this where the play is so fast.
Yeah, and you don't get to say, "Let me think about it."
And there's your public service announcement for officials, Kent.
Got them both. 11-point Buffalo lead, 59-48, 8:14 to play. First place in the overall conference standings on the line. Thornton on the wing. Kicks it outside to Wise. Pump fake to Thornton. Shot clock at 8. Damian says this one's mine.
He was
As
fouled
the ball
again.
Stripped away, he'll go to the line.
Well, Damian is doing a really good job of using his quickness to get to the rim and get to the free throw line where he's going to be at again. He's 7 for 8 from the charity stripe today.
Thornton will go to the line, shooting twice when we come back following that Devon Thomas foul. 7:52 to play. Buffs lead it by 11. You're watching West Texas A&M basketball on the Lone Star Conference Digital Network.
Welcome to MediDrive Pharmacy. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to console you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly professional service and the highest quality of medicine and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your health care needs.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
Well, if you look at the stat sheet, you see Angelo State now shooting 47% from the field to 45% for the Buffaloes. Both teams have made 17 field goals, but where it's hitting home, the Buffs have 10 three-pointers to 3 for Angelo State, and the Buffs 15 of 17 from the free throw line, 11 of 14 for Angelo State. Damian Thornton looking to add to those 15, and he does.
Well, this has been a staple of Tom Brown's teams, Kent, over the years. They get to the free throw line a lot. They make a lot of free throws.
Got them both. 13-point gap again. 7:48 to play. And a touch foul. Anthony Thomas blows the whistle. Muhammad picks up his third. That's going to send Willie Guy to the line, 1-1.
MC Hammer once rapped, Kent, you can't touch this. And that's what the official. See, you are hip, Kent. You know that. Back in the women's game, talking about how you really weren't that hip. I beg to differ, sir. Official coming in and
telling Fredlin De La Cruz, hey, tuck your shirt in.
The big question, Kent, is did you ever have any of those parachute pants that MC Hammer had?
That was during my collegiate days. And
okay.
Parachute pants and sleeveless T-shirts.
Nice. I need some pictures. Daniel wants to see them, I know.
Well, we do not need pictures. Brown kicks it outside to Mashak, gets some space, decided against the shot. Julius on the wing. Cross court to Wise. Shot clock at 5. Larry needs to put it up, gets it to Julius. His 3 off the glass, no. Buffs get the offensive board. Aweezy tapped it to Mashak.
Wow.
Thornton underneath to Jesse. And we've got a jump ball. Wow.
That's just good defense inside. You know, Jesse makes his spin move, but he doesn't bring the ball up. He brings it right into the chest of the defender.
He was moving strong, just had the ball down. Yep. We've talked about that.
De La Cruz, the senior, 6'7", 220, just tied him up.
Currently reading a book about the Boston Celtics in the mid-'80s, and Larry Bird commented he loved to watch Bill Walton play because Walton was tall, kept the ball up, and his elbows out. Well, that's a slip right there. That should be a walk. Yes, it is. I can see it from up here.
That's right.
Yep. Johnny Wilkins can see it from down there.
Yeah, you forget, Kent, you're talking about the Celtics. You forget about Bill Walton, but he
finished his career with them.
Yeah.
His knees were shot, but he could still get some rebounds. Wearing those white knee guards. Thornton goes in the reverse. No. But I believe we've got number 4 on Fredlin De La Cruz.
Damian says, can I just get one of these to go in? I mean, I keep shooting and making all my free throws, but he has driven and driven and driven. And
he's working hard.
He is.
And we don't like to get into politics, but for those who have been following the Chinese surveillance balloon, the United States shot it down today over South Carolina, and it landed off the shore of Myrtle Beach where Navy divers are gathering up the remains. Why it made it as far as South Carolina is beyond me. Thornton knocks down the first. Gets them both. Damian Thornton, 10 of 10 from the line in the second half, 11 of 12 for the game. Godwin, pull up, 17, no. Over the back, that'll be it for Fredlin De La Cruz as he goes over the back of a smiling Jesse Aweezy.
Jesse did his job, moved his feet, solid block out, and the big man is going to foul out. And this is a good job. Watch Jesse, shot goes up, locate, turn.
Yes.
Stay with your block out. Great job.
Make him reach. Trey Mitchell returns to the lineup for the Rams. As Aweezy goes to the line, shooting twice. Buffs up 63-50. Make it 64 as that one hit everything it could before going in.
It's a really good job on that last replay by our Thunder Vision team.
Aweezy knocks them both down. 8 points for Jesse. Second highest scoring outing of the year. Bested only by his 13 points earlier this year against Cameron. Had 8 rebounds against Western New Mexico. He's got 5 today. 6:20 to play. Buffs up 15. Here's Thomas up top to Quesada. Quesada tries to drive on Wise, loses the ball. Buffs were going to have a break, and the ball was whistled dead for the kicked ball.
I usually get the defense with the kick ball, but that time it was called against Angelo State, kicking it. No kicking.
6 minutes remaining in regulation. Buffs up by 15. They led by 16 at the half. And at one time, that lead had been cut to 7. Thornton created space, but decided against the shot. Brown with 9 on the shot clock, goes in, can't get it to fall. Thomas with the rebound. Guy on the outlet. He's going to take it himself. Misses. Thornton had the rebound, and he was pushed from behind and lost the ball out of bounds.
It's a good hesitation move from Willie Guy. This Angelo State team, only 2 seniors on the roster, Thomas and De La Cruz. Actually, Webb, he's a grad transfer.
Still a team that has quite the future. Not to put this year away. There's a whistle inside. Thornton picks up his 3rd. Team's 10th, so both teams will be shooting a lot the rest of the way.
Fans didn't like this one. Let's see.
At the line, Devon Thomas.
His arms extended out instead of up. Looks innocent. At the line, Devon Thomas knocks down the first. Second shot to come.
Good job by
Pressure
Addison.
in the backcourt. Julius gets it across the timeline and throws the ball away. Tried to throw it cross court to Wallace. It was intercepted by Quezada, who missed the layup. Rebound comes down to Thomas, and he's going to be fouled. And it looks like they got Brown with the reach. Tom Brown and the Buff crowd thought they were going to get Devon Thomas coming over the back for the rebound.
There's a lot going on there in that sequence.
A lot of moving parts.
A lot of moving parts. Angelo State still got to knock down free throws.
And to their credit, they have been doing that in the second half. As Thomas makes them both. (12 of 14 from the line in the second half for the Rams. Wise gets it to Wallace. Buffs break the press. 5 minutes to play. Buff lead by 11.
They're going to milk this clock, let Juju try to create. Got a lot of shooters spotting up.
Brown in the corner. Muhammad, 3 won't go down. Rebound comes down to the Rams. And here's Trey Mitchell going in, and he misses the bunny.
Yeah, he's checking the rearview mirror. He's got to go in and just go strong. Missed opportunity there for Angelo State. Should have been 2 points.
Did not try to dunk it, tried to lay it off the glass and left it short. Now the Buffs milking the clock. Thornton outside.
They're going to clear it out for Larry.
To Wise. 9 on the shot clock. Wise backs in, spins, and it's fouled. This will be Kevon Godwin's first personal. Wise will go to the line where he is 2 of 2 today.
Number 4, KK Godwin, his first AOS trip to the line. Larry Wise.
I think everybody needs this media timeout to take a deep breath. Some free throws coming, though, for Larry. And he makes the first. Wise today, only 8 points. That's under his average. But Kent, he's only taken 6 shot attempts.
Yeah, he's been held in check. Seems like the majority of the scoring in this game's been from the free throw line. .13 Buff lead as we approach the 4-minute mark. 67-54. Austin Skopal, freshman from Round Rock, in the game for the Rams. Godwin turns, slices to the Rack can't get it, but there with the putbacks, Devon Thomas.
Yeah.
And Angelo State calls a 30-second timeout.
That was a big rebound there after the miss from ASU. And it's going to extend into a full, so we'll step aside. 67-56, Buffs lead by 11. 3:47 left to play in the ballgame. Back with more hoops from the First United Bank Center after this.
Deep in the heart of Texas, the prairie
Bud Light, proudly brewed.
in the heart of Texas.
We are Carpet and we are family. More than carpet cleaners, we're a team. Diving right in, not afraid to invest in our work and each other. We're killing it day in and day out, never shrinking from a challenge. Our people are 1 part passion, 1 part grit, and about a zillion parts awesome. And we are always looking to add to our family. So what are you waiting for?
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. 3:47 to play. Buffs up by 11. Angelo State continuing to play hard as trying to mount this comeback. Buffaloes don't have a field goal over the last 4 minutes and 50 seconds. Kind of similar to Thursday night where they went a 7-minute stretch without a field goal and still won that game 70-66 over the Falcons. Full court pressure being applied by ASU.
Buffs get it in, looking to break the pressure. Double team on Wise. Got to get rid of it. Does so to Thornton. And once he crosses the timeline, they foul.
You can't, that's the wrong man to put at the free throw line today.
Number 4, his second. AOMS trip to the line.
That'll send Thornton to the line. Damian, not to jinx, has not missed here in the second half.
Oh.
There you go. Got that out of the way.
Kent Johnson, ladies and gentlemen.
Buffs lead by 11. Thornton makes the second. 12-point Buff lead, 3.5 to play. Buffs led by 16 at the half. Angelo needs some buckets, and they need them fairly quickly. Here's Thomas, backs in on Wallace. Drop step, no. Thornton with the big rebound. Now the Buffs will send it in the corner. Muhammad launches the three. And nails it. And I believe as he shot the ball, we heard Tom Brown say, hold it.
That's where you
nothing but net.
Yeah, hit it and smile at your coach.
That's right. Kevon Godwin makes the mid-range jumper.
Yeah, two-pointer was good. But the officials are coming together to discuss something.
Did we have a foul away from the ball? That will send us elsewhere. They're sending the teams to the bench.
Oh, gonna check.
We're going to have an officials review here.
Try to see if I can get some scores from around the Lone Star Conference. On men's action, got a lot of women's scores there. Let's see if we.
After the game, join Bucky for the shootout. You got the uniform on, you can get with Bucky in the shootout.
So it's a final 72-53. Texas A&M Kingsville defeats Arkansas Fort Smith on the road. Big win there for the Javelinas. What else do we have over there, Kent?
You got Dallas Baptist up 3 on St. Mary's, 80-77 with a minute and a half to play.
Okay.
Eastern New Mexico, a cakewalk at the half, 47-27 over Cameron. That's in Greyhound Arena, and that's where we'll be Thursday night, the Buffs and the Lady Buffs. Oklahoma Christian trailing A&M International at home. 3 minutes to play. That game's 66-58. Dust Devils. St. Ed's is going to take a 90-75 win over UT Tyler down in Austin. UAFS falls to Texas A&M Kingsville, 72-53. Western New Mexico, 2.5 to play, leading Midwestern State. Out in Silver City, 66-55, and a final in Lubbock. The Shaps, 69-55 over UT Permian Basin.
Okay, can't they check the three-pointer from Muhammad? They wanted to make sure it was a 3 and not a 2, and it was 3.
It was a 3. He was way back there. Buffs lead it, 71-58, 2:34 to play. Wise with 5 on the shot clock, backs in on Mitchell, turnaround, and drops it in.
Well, that's worked pretty well the last 2 games. Those isolation plays, jump shots from players like Wise and Thornton.
He's got 11. Meanwhile, underneath, Thomas can't get the lay in, but he's going to be fouled by Addison Wallace. That'll be Wallace 4th.
A lot of free throws here in this second half. Buffs for the game, 24 of 27 at the line. Angelo State has only missed 3. They are now 18 for 21.
Thomas' second shot's good.
Buffs baseball team won today, KJ, 4-2.
First Financial Bank timeout.
And Angelo State calls a timeout with 2:09 to play. Buffs lead by 13, 73-70. And we'll keep it here, Lucas. Buffs, Lady Buffs going to Portales this Thursday to start the New Mexico swing.
Yeah, and, you know, Eastern New Mexico, don't overlook them at all. I mean, both women's and men's. It's always a rivalry, and they play good at home, obviously. They're at Greyhound Arena.
Yeah.
So if you're WT, you got to get back right back on the road where you just were for 2 weeks. And, you know, it's like when I was interviewing Michaela Connor for the Lady Buffs, Kent, and I said, Coach, just tell those girls they just got to envision that they're playing in Canyon. They're playing at the FUB. I don't know how you do that, but use your imagination. Because both teams have been undefeated perfect at home this season.
If the Buffs win today, they will tie with Angelo State at 8-2 for the division. And the division winner gets one of the top 2 seeds to the conference tournament. Then you got to look at the overall conference standings to seed everything. And the nearest Eastern Division team is in 4th place right now. So whoever wins the West right now will be the top seed in the conference tournament.
Yeah, how strong is the West? Angelo State, WT, and Lubbock Christian all at the top.
St. Edwards is the top East team. They're 4th, but they would get the number 2 seed for the tournament. Ahmed Muhammad at the line, shooting twice, makes the first.
So it's similar to NFL a little bit, like, you know, this year the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had a
They're hosting at 5-5, and America's team goes to play them. Muhammad makes them both. 83% free throw shooter comes through. Buffs lead back up to 15 after leading by 16 at the half. Little floater rims out by Quezada. Addison Wallace with the rebound. He's fouled, and will continue the free throw procession here in the second half.
You're talking about NFL, Kent. Could you believe Tom Brady officially hung it up
again
and retired after 20? Ironically, I felt like 23 seasons.
Seems like it's been forever.
Yeah.
He's had a heck of a career, and I think this year it showed that if he didn't have the surrounding cast, he couldn't carry the load. Once upon a time he could. Now the question becomes, keeping it with the NFL, what is Aaron Rodgers going to do? And you know, all eyes are pointing to the New York Jets. And again, is that the supporting cast that's going to let him go out the way he wants to?
And you recently saw a movie with Tom Brady in it, Kent. Right?
80 for Brady. Wallace misses the second.
Siskel and Ebert, one thumb up.
I'll just leave it right there.
Okay.
If you go in knowing it's not a good movie and you laugh at the acting, it's a good movie.
Okay.
B.J. Anderson, Amarillo product, gets the lay-in. Buffs break it. Wallace ahead. He'll emphatically throw it down. 9 points for Addison, including 2 big-time dunks. Long 3 jacked up by Quezada is missed. Buffs bring it down court, 1:18 to play. The lead back up to their halftime margin of 16, and Tom Brown's going to call a substitution timeout here.
Let's see, do we have that replay, Daniel? See if we can pull up that last. It's been 2 big dunks for Addison Wallace. And here you go. They push it ahead to Muhammad.
It's going to be big because the camera's shaking.
2, 1, liftoff.
Post-game, we'll be talking to point guard Julius Brown. He currently has 15 points, including 5 3-pointers. Speaking of, Nick Jett continues the threes. Underneath, nice reverse there by Kevon Godwin. You know, another nice game. Damian Thornton had 18, 12 coming from the free throw line.
7 rebounds for
Julius with 15, of which 9 of them came from three-point range.
It's been a good, week for this. Both teams, but the men in particular can't, because remember last Saturday they lost.
Yeah,
they were on
Midwestern State.
Yeah, they were on a roll, and then lost in a close one in Wichita Falls. So they have bounced back nicely here at home.
We mentioned the 3 by Nick Jett. Ryland Holt at the line, as well as Journey Phillips on the floor to close this one out. As Holt makes the second, junior from Gibson City, Illinois.
Hey, the women's score was 80-64. We're pretty close at that right now.
And the Buffs with 82 need one more basket to reach their season average.
No more fouls, guys.
This foul goes against Holt, his first. Kevon Godwin at the line, shooting 2.
At the line, KK Godwin.
You know, Lucas, we're missing the NHL All-Star Game.
You don't say. Which is being played
in Miami.
Ah.
And I will vouch, to me, entertaining TV is the NHL All-Star Skills Contest.
Okay.
The thing those guys can do with a stick, a puck, and skates is incredible. But their game amounts to the NBA All-Star game.
I tell you who I'd like to see out on the ice rink.
Skate?
Yeah, Julius Brown.
We'll have to ask him.
I mean,
Julius, do you skate?
Can you imagine? I think he'd be pretty tough to defend.
Nick Jett's going to go to the line, shooting twice.
And then you could put Jesse as the goalie.
Foul is on Austin Skopal, his first. Nick knocks down the first. He's got 4 points, freshman from Frisco, where 1 month from now will be for the postseason tournament. Makes them both. 5 for Nick Jett. Season high is 7 against Oklahoma Panhandle State. 14 seconds left.
And another foul.
Trevor Berry drives in. He'll go to the line.
Number 13 is Jett, his first.
Nick Jett commits the foul, his first.
After this game today, Buffs 6 regular season games remaining. Mentioned at Eastern and at Western New Mexico next week. Then they return home on February 16th to play St. Mary's right here. St. Edward's on February 18th on Saturday. And then the odd finish, Kent, LCU at home here on Thursday the 23rd at LCU in 2 days.
The Thursday-Saturday turnaround. And the Buffs are going to do it. They have split the season schedule with Angelo State. 84-67. Our final score, the Buffs run their season mark to 16-6, 14-2 in Lone Star Conference play. Angelo State falls to 18-5. And they fall also to 14-2 in Lone Star Conference play. Actually, that'll make them 14-3 in conference play. The Buffs will go on top. We're going to take a timeout when we come back. Post-game wrap. You're watching West Texas A&M basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
It's got the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of, and now it's here. First Financial Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly, local approval. It's service that just comes naturally to us, much like a love of tradition comes naturally to you. First Financial Bank, you first. Member FDIC.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Welcome to Medi Drive Pharmacy. We greet you by name, and our pharmacists take the time to console you and answer all your questions. Our Health Mart Pharmacy specializes in serving our community with fast, friendly professional service and the highest quality of medicine and health products. We accept most insurance plans, including Medicaid and Medicare, and we offer free in-town delivery to your home or business. Come visit us for all your health care needs.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. Buffaloes, an emphatic 84-67 win over Angelo State. Joined now by the Buffs point guard, senior from Westerville, Ohio, Julius Brown. Julius finished tonight 15 points, 3 of 4 from three-point range, 3 assists, 3 steals. And Julius, this was a game that had to be marked on the Buffs calendar after the way things went down in San Angelo. You don't want to say must-win game, but it had implications for first place in the conference.
Yes, sir. So to us, it was a must-win game. We just had a rough one our last game on Thursday. We thought we should have played a lot better, and we came back on Friday. We had a great focus through walkthrough and stuff, and so we came out here ready to play, and we knew we owed them one, so we took it to them today.
Now, the Buffs have been successful from three-point range in the past, but the past 2 games, the first half of each game, it's like you guys don't miss.
I know, yeah, no, it's been real good. Coach, we always getting shots up almost every practice, so Coach make sure we're ready for those threes, catch and shoots, relocating on the drives and stuff, so we practice that a lot. So maybe the second half we get a little tired, but it still works out sometimes.
16-point lead at the half today. Come out in the second half, and Angelo kind of gets things put together. They cut the margin to 7. Then the Buffs defense things weren't coming so easy there. They tightened up inside. Talk a little bit about maybe what was said at halftime and how you respond.
Oh, we knew Angelo was going to come out strong and come out fighting, and so we just tried to hold on to that lead and just stay locked in. Don't get too over our heads and stuff, and just stay locked in and stay together. And so we were able to do that, and it showed on the floor on the defensive end and then on the offensive end. We were able to move the ball and just create open shots for each other.
Talk a little bit about the play tonight of Addison Wallace. He got to cover De La Cruz for a while, but he had 2 breaks that he got to take advantage of.
Yes, oh no, Addison's been playing great, and I've been telling him this whole year, like, Addison, you're a great player. Sometimes he gets in his head, but he's getting out of that. He's growing up, maturing and stuff, so I'm proud of him and so happy to be his teammate.
Okay, this one comes from Lucas Kinsey. When the game is down the stretch and the score is out of hand, we have things to talk about, and you know what we mentioned was NHL All-Star games going on this afternoon, and we're watching Buff basketball because we choose to instead of that. He asked, can you imagine Julius Brown on ice skates playing hockey? I said, we'll ask. Have you ever ice skated?
I have before, and it wasn't pretty.
I like you on the court better, and being a senior, we're going to miss the heck out of you next year, but we're going to enjoy what we have left.
Yes, sir. I will, too. Appreciate you guys.
That's Julius Brown, the Buffs point guard. We're going to bring in now the Buffs manager. This is going to be a little different one. Gambia Derek.
Yes, sir.
And he has been the manager now for 3 years, I believe. And we're going to get a managerial perspective of this game. First off, it says something about the Buffs basketball program, as Julius said, that they played poorly on Thursday, but they still win those basketball games. But to come off a subpar performance and play like they did today, what's that say about the program?
Well, the coaches, you know, and the players, they know how to take care of business. So, you know, we go through our warm-ups every day. We go through a normal game routine, and nothing changes. But the guys, they know whether we're playing good during the game and we're not feeling good before we come out, we gear up and they're getting each other ready. And the coaches, we all have a system, and we get them together and we pick each other up for anything. So we're always ready for any game.
What I like about this team, but it's been the last 3, 4, 5 Buff teams, is no one ever loses their cool in practice or at a game. Everyone keeps their emotions in check. They just go about and play.
Yes, sir. We're really good at that. We keep the composure, and it can get crazy out here. The games are crazy. And there are a lot of emotions out here. When you're a really good team, you need every win. And the game can take you out of your emotions. But we do a well job, even in practice, keeping composure and staying calm. The guys have been at this level. They've played for a long time. We've played basketball since they were little. So playing at a high level, to them it's nothing. And they're really comfortable coming and playing any team, good or bad.
Okay, now we're getting ready for a 2-game road trip. You got the long trip to Silver City. First, you got the short one to Portales next week. What will your role be to get ready for this trip?
My role is very simple. I take care of the guys on the court. If it's rebounding, laundry, anything else the coach wants me to do, real easy. It's all on them now. They go out there and they get enough rest. They get treatment before we leave. And the coaches, they're going to do their scouting, and by the time we leave, we're going to have everything set and ready to go for those 2 games.
But you said you're in charge of the laundry. That's huge. Make sure you take the right color uniform.
I'll never do that. I'll never do that one.
Never say never.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right. Great job today. Great job by the Buffs. 84-67, our final score. We're going to take a final timeout, then we'll come back for our wrap. You're watching West Texas A&M basketball on the LSC Digital Network.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
When you choose natural gas, chocolate chip cookies get a little tastier. Homes get a little cozier. Bank accounts tend to put on some weight. Towels get fluffier. Showers stay hotter for longer. And our blue planet gets a little greener. When it comes to choosing energy that's clean and efficient, nothing else could be more American. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Welcome back to the First United Bank Center. West Texas A&M just moved to 14-2 in Lone Star Conference play, and by percentage points take over the catbird seat, so to speak, of the seeds for the postseason tournament, which will come up here the first weekend in March. But Lucas, the Buffs, hot from outside in the first half. They then withstand the comeback from Angelo State to open the second half, tighten it up defensively to pull away down the stretch. Let's take a look at our team stats there. You see the Buffs shooting 47% from the floor, 21 of 45, 44% for Angelo State at 21 of 48. The Rams 3 of 8, actually 3 of 9 from three-point range, 33% for West Texas A&M. 12 of 22, of which 8 of those 12 came in the first half. 12 of 22 is 54% from three-point range. The Rams from the line, not bad, 22 of 26, 84%. The Buffs went more, 30 of 35.
That's a lot.
That's 85%. Turnovers. Angelo State committed 17. The Buffs committed 18. But where it mattered was those 17 Angelo State turnovers led to 28 Buffalo points, whereas the Buffs' 14 turnovers resulted in 7 points for Angelo State. Let's take a quick look individually at our statistics. For the Rams, Fredolin De La Cruz, 5 points, 6 rebounds before fouling out. Kevon Godwin had 22 points to lead all scorers today, 1 rebound. Willie Guy, 9 points. Reggie Quesada, 5 points, 6 boards. Steve Webb, 2 points, 2 rebounds before fouling out. Devon Thomas, 13 points, 8 rebounds. Barlow Alaruzo, the 4th, played but did not register stats. Trey Mitchell had 8 points. B.J. Anderson from Amarillo Tascosa, 2 points, 1 rebound. Austin Scopehall came in and played the final minute, as did Trevor Berry, who had 1 free throw. For the Buffaloes, Julius Brown, 15 points, 3 boards, 3 assists, 3 steals. Damian Thornton, 18 points, 7 rebounds, 2 steals. And the statistical category, fouls defended. That's how many fouls were committed against you, 9.
Goodness.
Shows how active Damian was on both ends of the floor. Cameron Bell played but did not register stats. Addison Wallace, 9 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Larry Wise, 11 points, 2 rebounds. Zach Toussaint with 3 points, also had an assist. Jesse Oweezy with a solid game today, 6 points, 5 boards, 1 steal. Brock Mashak, 7 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists for the freshman from that's Ahmed Muhammad with 4 assists to go with 7 points. Mashak, 9 points, 1 rebound. Muhammad, 7 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Rylan Holt came on late, had 1 point. Nick Jett played the final minute and a half. He had 5 points, and Journey Phillips also saw action for the Buffaloes. The Buffs bench outscores the Rams 31-24. The Buffs led this thing the majority of the time, 37 minutes, 29 seconds. What matters most, though, that final score, 84-67. in favor of West Texas A&M. So in closing, Lucas Kinsey, a great day of basketball for Buff and Lady Buff fans. Take down 2 nationally ranked teams. Now you get ready to hit the road again.
Yeah, Kent, this was a great performance by WT men. Things that stick out to me, their defense was solid. One of the best defensive games that we've seen WT play at home this season. They get the 31 points off the bench. I feel like you're getting guys that are knowing their role coming in. Jesse was great today off the bench. I felt like also Muhammad did a good job. Brock Mashak with those threes in the first half. So everybody is producing for WT, and it's a good product, and hopefully they can continue this down the road. I want to mention before we get out of here, Kent, our Thunder Vision production team, our director today, Daniel Kalunga, on the cameras, AJ Rogers, DJ Brooks, Gaston Yobel, and also Cheyenne Jonas. Tremendous job, as we always enjoy our Thunder Vision camera team.
Lady Buffs earned their 25th consecutive home win, taking down 20th-ranked Angelo State in our opener, 79-64. The Buffs move into first place atop the Lone Star Conference standings, taking down 15th-ranked Angelo State, 84-67 in our nightcap. Buffs and Lady Buffs on the road, 6:30 for the Lady Buffs and Greyhounds, 8:30 for the Buffs and Greyhounds this coming Thursday at Portales. If you can get over to Greyhound Arena, do it. It's an easy drive. A lot of fun going over there. We'll be back home in 2 weeks.
Okay.
When St. Mary's and St. Ed's comes to town. Until then, from our broadcast partner, Kent Johnson, it's been a great day to be a Buffalo. Until next time, so long, everybody. You've been watching West Texas A&M basketball on the LSC Digital Network.